Hello, YouTube. Girl with a pearl earring, oil painting on canvas, around the year 1665, by Dutch artist Johannes Vermeer, is one of the most well-known works. It depicts an imaginary young woman in exotic dress and a very large pearl earring. The work is permanently displayed in the Mauritshuis Museum in The Hague. An observant and deliberate painter, Vermeer produced only 34 known works in his lifetime. But you gotta think that many of his contemporaries, they completed hundreds of paintings. Like his peers, he mostly depicted scenes of ordinary life, later called genre painting. This girl with a pearl earring represents a young woman in a dark, shallow space, an intimate setting that draws the viewer's attention exclusively on her. And she wears a gold and blue turban, the titular pearl earring, and a gold jacket with a visible white collar beneath. Unlike many of Vermeer's subjects, she is not concentrating on a daily chore and is unaware of her viewer. Instead, caught in a fleeting moment, she turns her head over her shoulder, meeting the viewer's gaze with her eyes wide and lips parted as if about to speak. Her enigmatic expression, coupled with the mystery of her identity, has led some people to compare her to the subject of Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa. So yes, this girl with the pearl earring by Vermeer is often compared to Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa. Sometimes she is even called the Northern Mona Lisa or the Dutch one. Both paintings are incredibly popular and surrounded by mysticism. To varying degrees, of course. Scientists are trying to understand who really posed for Leonardo, why the woman in his painting is smiling so mysteriously, and where and what she is looking at. The girl with the pearl earring puzzles on the other way. She literally attracts glances and doesn't let them get away from her. The picture verbally hypnotizes observers. But how? This is where the scientific staff of the Mauritshuis Museum in The Hague, which houses that masterpiece, and the neurologist of the Neurosensics company finally got some answers. Scientists showed the picture to volunteers, the painting to the volunteers, and at the same time they monitored the reaction of their brains. Magnetic resonance imaging, MRI, and the electroencephalography, EEG, have demonstrated that the precuneus, a section of the parietal lobe on the inner surface of both hemispheres of the brain, which coordinates the activity of sensory areas of the brain and is associated with episodic memory, self-reflection, and aspects of consciousness. Well, that precuneus comes to extreme arousal. As a result, a special neurological phenomenon arises, which researchers have called a stable attention loop. Thanks to devices that track the movements of the observer's eyes, it turned out that getting into the loop, they usually first look at the girl's left eye, then at her lips, then they look at the pearl, return to the eye, again to the lips, and again to the pearl. And so, in a circle, in the same sequence counterclockwise. They stand and look and look. This has a hypnotic effect, and from the Vermeer's paintings, and scientists do not know for sure, but it is assumed that the matter is in the details, especially in the eyes, lips, and the pearl, which the artist painted very carefully. It is possible, of course, that the whole picture as a whole has some kind of supernatural effect. or impact. The experimenters did not risk talking about it directly, but they report that the reproduction of the painting does not cause a stronger reaction in the brain as the original. So it's a riddle. Let's see. The emotional reaction of the audience to the original is 10 times stronger than the copy. The director of Mauritius, Martina Gosselin, considers these findings to be very important. It is quite important to interact with original art, whether it is photography, dance, or paintings by old masters of the 17th century. It helps to develop your brain, and the brain does not lie. Now, if you want to see this masterpiece, I understand the Mauritius is located in the center of The Hague, the historical and political heart of the Netherlands. A small world-class museum with a formidable collection of Dutch and Flemish paintings from the 17th century, the golden age of this type of art. I have brought to your attention some very odd paintings from Russia, from the times of the Russian Empire, and I'll continue to bring you stories about very unusual paintings. This is an unusual subject in itself, but there are people who dedicate their lives to studying such mystical, paranormal paintings, I should say. So I'll bring you some information from Eastern Europe, from Russia, and I hope you like it. So if you also like my research and can support my research, you'll find the links on how to do it in the description to this video. Please kindly tell others about my work and like my videos and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.